Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with Simon Says Stamp, and we are here to celebrate another new release by them, and this one is called Let's Connect. So I'm going to work with this die. So many possibilities with this die, so many layers to it. So you can have the solid, you can have dimension, you have the outline of the letter, you have the inside of the letter, you'd have the cutout of the letter. So many possibilities. So this die is approximately 5 by 1.25 inches. So it's a nice size. It'll fill up the front of your card very nicely. So I've already taken care of my die cutting. Wanted to get that out of the way. And I wanted to choose a rainbow. So kind of a different color. You can see my 5 colors there. I chose one for each of the letters. I'm going to get my card base prepped, which is my standard A2 size card base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And this is going to be a landscape, so a side folding. So I've just, excuse me, sporadically cut some cardstock. So I started with it being the size of just under 2 1/2. That's the purple. And then I went down every 1/8 of an inch for each of my other panels. Now the lengths are all the same. So this is approximately, or it is 5 inches long. And you can see I'm just creating this shadow coming from the back. So it's like it's being extended out. I used white cardstock to cut the first piece out because I wanted it to have a white background. I'm going to use my liquid adhesive and I'm going to set that right in the center of the first panel that we see here. Now, don't worry, we're going to put the rainbow in there. Oh yeah. I used a dark gray cardstock. And I use that for the outline. Now, you want to remember when you're doing these different colors or these different looks with this die, you want to make sure that you save all your pieces. And they'll get lost. Oh, yes. So I have these little dishes that I'm holding all of my die cut pieces. But I wanted to get the outline in first, and then I'm going to fill in with the color. So now you can see with the A, I'm missing that center piece. So by getting the outline in first, then I can come in with the next outline to form the A. And then I need to dig in my little bowl with the A center so that I can get that little tiny triangle piece, which I will use my wax pencil to pick up and set into place. So now it looks like it's actually part of this whole panel. I am going to do that same thing for the rest of the letters. And also, you can see you have to do that as well when it comes to the letter P. It's got that center cutout point. And you want to make sure by having all of your pieces, you're going to be able to create that effect as if these letters are just laying on top of a white panel. Now you could have propped up these colored letters, and of course I'm already missing one, and I found it. Yeah, I was a little nervous there. Could you tell? I was very frustrated. Thought I lost the center of the P, which, please, totally possible. I'm going to use the back side of my tweezers just to press down to make sure it gets into the glue. Clean up my area a little bit, and then I'm going to set this in on my card. And because they probably weren't cut exact, but this should be 5 1/2 inches wide by the time I was done, which is no problem. I'm going to use some double-sided foam tape by scrapbook.com, and I'm going to set 2 layers here, or 2 pieces down, and then I'm just going to trim off the edge just a little bit for any of that overhang. I'm going to make sure I'm going to use the grid on my mat that I cannot keep my card still. There we go. The tweezers are going to hold it still for me. And I'll just trim off those edges. Now you do not have to. You can leave them extended off the card. There's nothing wrong with that. So on the inside, I'm going to use the Stamp Sentiment set by Simon Says that says messages for every day. Now these are not the super teeny tiny ones. These are kind of like the middle of the road, which I think are better. Just say, I love the teeny tiny ones, but they're really small. So the sentiment I chose is, I can't wait to see you. So I thought that was really fitting for their new release, Let's Connect. So we can have, I bet you all thought I was going to put birthday. So you can have happy on the outside, and then on the inside you can say why you're happy. Yes, I'm using my T ruler to make it straight. I have to admit it wasn't comfortable. I'm good with my sentiments being crooked, but by all means, if that is more comfortable for you to use a ruler to make sure it's straight, please continue to do that. Again, lazy crafter here. I don't have time to use the ruler and make sure it's straight because it'll shift. I did dig into my stash and looked at my Nuvo drops, and I grabbed the Jewel Nuvo Drops Gray Mist, and I grabbed something that I have not used in a long time, and that's my glossy accents. And I'm just going to go over each of the letters, just so I can make them shiny. Now you could have added sparkle, used your glitter pen underneath that, and then put your glossy accents on top as well to give it a little bit of sparkle. But I just wanted a lot of shine for this card. Now, when I let this dry, I do let it dry for 48 hours. I've known that if I wait, 24 hours, you think you're okay, you're good. But the Nuvo drops, when they're placed, behind something or in an envelope, they may flatten, and I may put a nick in my glossy accents. So 48 to 36, 2 to 3 days, that's really the key. Usually ends up being 3 because I'll forget. So I do hope you enjoy this project that we made using a die from the Let's Connect, and it is called the Large Outline Happy Die. As always, all the products that I used will be listed down below in the video description if you would like to just see the collection and check it out. If you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you haven't already, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button, be part of my group. But I do hope that you are enjoying your day. Continue to stay safe and healthy, but remember what's most important for me. Always be creative, guys. Till next time.